It's a story about unimaginable loss, about the cruelty of the spotlight, and about a kind of quiet, powerful dignity that Hollywood elites seem utterly incapable of understanding. Erika Kirk, the widow of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, just sat down for an emotional, soul-bearing interview with Fox News' Jessa Waters. And what she revealed about the media firestorm surrounding her husband's tragic assassination, it's staggering. She didn't just speak, she delivered a masterclass in grace. And in doing so, she exposed the hollow, self-serving nature of celebrity apologies. Let's be very clear about what happened. We're talking about a woman whose husband was murdered, a woman navigating the kind of raw, earth-shattering grief that most of us pray we never have to experience. And while she was still in the darkest depths of that nightmare, comedian Jimmy Kimmel went on national television. On his September 15th monologue, Kimmel didn't just make a few jokes. He stood on his stage and actively, viciously politicized Charlie Kirk's murder. He mocked President Donald Trump's reaction to the death and then aimed his fire directly at the MAGA gang, insinuating that Charlie's assassin was one of them. "We hit some new lows over the weekend," Kimmel sneered, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. Let that sink in. A man was dead, a wife was grieving, and a late-night host used his death to score cheap, divisive political points, blaming millions of Americans for the act of a killer. It wasn't just tasteless, it was cruel. The backlash was immediate and intense. Sinclair Broadcast Group, the company that airs Jimmy Kimmel Live on its many ABC-affiliated stations, was horrified. They publicly stated they objected to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They didn't just send a memo, they demanded action. They demanded that Kimmel apologize directly to the Kirk family and make a donation in their name. The pressure was so immense that ABC even temporarily suspended Kimmel's show. This is where the story gets even more revealing. After the suspension, after the corporate outrage, after his bosses presumably read him the riot act, Kimmel returned to the air. Was he humbled? Was he remorseful? Not a chance. Instead of an apology, he gave an excuse. He insisted his words had been maliciously mischaracterized. He played the victim. "I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind," he said, "but I do want to make something clear, because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. It was a classic non-apology. I'm sorry you misunderstood my intentions." He claimed he wasn't trying to blame any specific group, despite, well, literally blaming a specific group on camera. This brings us to Erika Kirk. In her interview with Jessa Waters, she revealed that the powers that be tried to make it right. They reached out. They wanted to clean up their mess. Sinclair Broadcasting asked, "Do you want Jimmy to give you an apology? Do you want to be on a show? How can we make it right?" Erika explained. Can you imagine being in her position? Being asked to participate in a PR cleanup for the man who desecrated your husband's memory. Being offered a show as if it's some sort of prize. Erika's response wasn't just powerful, it was profound. She told Waters what she sent back through her team. "Tell them thank you, we received their note. This is not our issue, not our mess. Wow, this is not our mess." She refused to own his failure. She refused to be a prop in his redemption tour. But it was her final message that truly shows the steel in her spine. It's a message that should echo from the hollow halls of Hollywood to every corner of this country. "If you want to say I'm sorry to someone who's grieving, go right ahead," she said. "But if that's not in your heart, don't do it. I don't want it. I don't need it." Read that again. If that's not in your heart, don't do it. With those words, Erika Kirk exposed the absolute emptiness of a forced, corporate, PR-driven apology. She doesn't want his words. She doesn't want his performance of remorse. She doesn't need a comedian to read a statement from a teleprompter to make it right. An apology that doesn't come from the heart isn't an apology at all. It's just damage control. And Erika Kirk has no interest in helping Jimmy Kimmel control this damage. She doesn't need his crocodile tears. She doesn't need his show. What she needs, and what she is now doing, is carrying on her husband's legacy. In a move that speaks volumes about her character and strength, Erika has since assumed her late husband's role. She is now the CEO of Turning Point USA, the organization he poured his life into building. She isn't letting grief define her, she is letting his purpose drive her. While others are playing word games and worrying about ratings, Erika Kirk is stepping into a leadership role to continue the work that she and Charlie believed in. And this week, her strength is being formally recognized. On Thursday, Erika will be at the Till Center for the Performing Arts to receive the first ever Charlie Kirk Legacy Award at the 7th Annual Fox Nation Patriot Awards. It's a fitting tribute, because in the end, that's what this is all about. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue, his suspension, his non-apology, all of it is just noise. It's the desperate, fleeting chatter of a culture that has lost its way, a culture that values punchlines over people and politics over compassion. Erika Kirk's response is the signal. It's the quiet, unshakable strength of a woman who understands something far more important, that legacy is built on love, not laughter, that integrity is worth more than apologies, and that the best response to those who try to tear you down isn't to fight them on their terms, but to rise above them and continue the mission. She doesn't need Jimmy Kimmel's apology, she's too busy building her husband's legacy.